I'm Mark Halley and Mr. Saltwater Tank, coming to you on behalf of SaltwaterAquarium.com. I put together this budget saltwater aquarium series to get you into the saltwater tank hobby with minimal expense. And they're going to give you the education that you need so you know what you're doing. These videos will teach you what you need to know to get started, and I worked with SaltwaterAquarium.com to put together a budget saltwater aquarium kit for you. You can find that kit by following the link right up there. The kit contains everything that you need to get started, and more importantly, it keeps you from buying things that you don't need. Once you receive your budget saltwater aquarium kit, build the stand keeping in mind the tank goes outside these small vertical tabs. The next step in setting up your tank, paint the back of the tank. Why would you want to do that? Because who wants to look at that? A bunch of cords when you're trying to admire your beautiful saltwater tank. By painting the back of the tank, you obscure those cords and helps make your tank look really good. The good news is painting it is super simple. All you need is some paint. You can get flat black, flat blue, any color you like. I recommend black because I think it looks better. You get that, you get yourself a roller, you're off to the races. Note that painting the back of the tank is going to take a couple coats of paint. Make sure you let each paint layer dry before you add the next layer. Once the back of the tank is painted, time to put in the sand. But first, why sand? Every time I go to the beach, I see sand, and since your saltwater tank is going to be a slice of the ocean, I like to see sand in saltwater tanks. Now, you can run a saltwater tank without sand in it. That's called bare bottom, and while it can work, I'm not a fan for a couple of reasons. First, some saltwater critters do better with sand in the tank. These critters include sand-sipping gobies and shrimp, all of which are suitable for your size tank. Sand also provides a place for nitrifying bacteria to grow, which we will talk about in a future episode. Sand comes in two flavors, dry sand and live sand. Live sand is sand that is said to be inoculated with bacteria to help cycle your tank. Hold that thought, more on cycling your tank later. Dry sand is just that, it's dry sand. It can work fine for your tank, just make sure you rinse it first, and rinsing it with tap water is a-okay. Besides live or dry sand, what's more important about sand is what grain size you're going to use. Fine grain size sands, those are usually listed as 1.0 millimeters or less. Those are called sugar sands, and they can blow around your tank once you start adding power heads as you get further down your saltwater tank career. So I don't recommend fine sands or sugar sands. The opposite end of the spectrum is crushed coral, which is nothing more than coral skeletons that have been crushed up. These are quite large in terms of grain size. Not recommended for your tank either, as they can cause nutrient issues and some of those critters that you might want in your tank don't play well with crushed coral. Therefore, I recommend a grain size between 1.0 and 2 millimeters. This will give you enough grain size and weight that it's not going to blow around your tank when you start adding power heads, and it's going to let those critters that like the sand burrow in it, sift through it, and be totally safe. Here's a pro tip. Don't buy play sand or sand from a home improvement store. It can cause issues for your tank, and it's not worth the money that you might have saved. Also, don't go for gravel like you see in freshwater tanks. It's not meant for saltwater aquariums, and it screams, "I don't know what I'm doing." While there is nothing wrong with being a newbie, the last thing you want to be is an uninformed newbie. The kit that I've laid out for you at SaltwaterAquarium.com uses 20 pounds of Carib Sea special grade reef floor sand. This sand is the right grain size, and 20 pounds is the right amount for the tank and the kit. Adding sand to your tank is easy. Just dump it in. Even out the sand and make sure the sand is about 1 to 1.5 inches deep throughout the tank. The next episode in the Budget Saltwater Aquarium series is all about rock. What is it? Why is it important for your tank? How much you should use, as well as discussing the different types of rock. All that's ahead in the next episode. Till next time, I'm Mark Halley and Mr. Saltwater Tank, coming to you on behalf of SaltwaterAquarium.com. Have a good one and enjoy building your tank. I'll catch you in the next episode.